Hunter! Classic player handbook ranger subclass. I think it's solid. I don't have a problem with it. Welcome to Pack Tactics. Hunter Spray, you gain one of the following features of your choice. Colossus Slayer, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, the creature takes an extra 1d8 damage. If it's below its hit point maximum, you can deal this extra damage only once per turn. The real DPR isn't 4.5, it's more like 13.15 DPR. Also remember, this only works once per turn. Very important. This is a good choice, and just having this almost puts you in the same league as all the other ranger subclasses really. It's just that these other subclasses get multiple features and even additional spells, while you get one feature and no additional spells. The subclass is a little bit out of date, but that doesn't mean it's bad. No. Anyways, it doesn't require a bonus action or a certain range, it's just part of the attack, so already it's way better than Horizon Walker and Monster Hunter. That D8 damage is weapon damage. So if you get a magic weapon, you don't have to worry about resistances or immunities. Swarmkeeper and Fey Wanderer will have these problems here and there because they don't do weapon damage. The extra damage if below its hit point maximum part is really an encouragement to get you to focus fire. And that's an optimal strategy. I approve, but its limitation is unnecessary, but oh well. Overall, Colossus Slayer damage will appear in every fight ever. Giant Killer, when a larger creature within 5 feet of you hits or misses you with an attack, you can use your reaction to attack that creature immediately after its attack, provided that you can see the creature. Large or large size. Keep in mind, large creatures do appear quite often, but overall, this isn't as consistent as Colossus Slayer. If you're fighting bandits, for example, then this won't pop up at all. This trap option tricks you into melee. Usually beasts that are larger than you have good attack modifiers, and you're playing a ranger with bad AC, so you'll get hit fairly often. I expect like 40 to 65% of the time. So knowing this, Colossus Slayer in the long run delivers more consistent DPR for you. I advocate you ignore Giant Killer. Horde Breaker, once on each of your turns, when you make a weapon attack, you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that is within 5 feet of the original target, and within range of your weapon. I would love to see this on other classes. Marshals really deserve features like this. Now, creatures being within 5 feet of each other happens in almost every encounter, so it competes with Colossus Slayer, but it has an edge over Colossus because of two things. The first one is kind of obvious. You're not picking this subclass because you want Colossus Slayer, and if you do, you're really silly. Not suboptimal though, don't get me wrong, but both Swarmkeeper and Fey Wanderer have a very similar feature, and they also give you more stuff on top of that. Thus, you're just giving yourself less gameplay options, really. That's bad. Second is more damage. If you have both Crossbow Expert and Sharpshooter, that's higher damage than Colossus when Horde Breaker triggers. I expect like 6.77 DPR with 16 dexterity. Eventually that damage gets higher, of course, due to magic items and increasing your dexterity. This doesn't happen with Colossus. It pretty much stays 3.15 DPR through the rest of the game. Remember, Horde Breaker works with ranged attacks. You don't have to be in melee. These creatures have to be within 5 feet next to each other for this to work. The downside to this feature is you can't focus fire with it, and it's not as consistent as Colossus Slayer. But like I said, you're not playing Hunter for Colossus Slayer. You're playing Hunter for Horde Breaker. It's an awesome feature. It's different. And in the player handbook days, I bet you this was a hard choice for people to make. Not anymore. You pick Horde Breaker.
But Kobold, you need dice to roll hits and damage.
This video is sponsored by Only Crits, where you can get some fancy dice fit for dragons. Only Crits supplied us with these gifts for our own dragon horde. Yes, we have a dragon horde. We are dragons, by the way.
Yeah! Mighty dragons!
This is the Dragon Eye multiple dice set in a bag!
Yeah, bag of holding!
It's everything you'll need to get your whole table set with dice. 6 amazing galaxy dice sets. Buy 2 of them bags and that's enough for Conjure Animals, the best ranger spell, your favorite.
We also got some shinies.
These metal dice are dark enough to appease a god of trickery. You hear that, rogue, rangers, and trickery clerics? Perfect fit for you. There's a vast selection of dice for you to pick out. Me and Gator had a hard time picking out what we wanted because all of them were pretty cool. But we wanted the shiny.
Shiny.
I highly recommend you check them out, and if you do, please press the link in the description. That helps me too. Onlycrits.com/packtactics. And if you like what you see, get some shinies yourself. You can also become a mighty dragon like us. Use the code PACKTACTICS, all in one word, for 12% discount. Thank you very much for this kind gift, Only Crits. We love them. Back to the video. Defensive Tactics. At 7th level, you gain one of the following features of your choice. Escape from the Horde. Opportunity attacks against you are made with disadvantage. Terrible. Get a horse or a mule to disengage for you. Multi-attack defense. When a creature hits you with an attack, you gain a +4 bonus to AC against all subsequent attacks made by that creature for the rest of the turn. This doesn't work on the first attack that hits you. Every attack after that hit, you gain a +4 AC against all attacks. I might be wrong, by the way, but from my experience, majority of enemies attack twice. Still though, this is the best option. This works on every turn, not every round, so this can trigger very often. It doesn't take your reaction. There is a noteworthy combo here. Shield spell complements this feature significantly. Just a sudden +9 AC is a really big boost. Getting that shield spell might be hard to justify in the build order though. Lastly, when it comes to attacks in general, multiple attacks is what is dangerous compared to single attacks. That's why this is the best. Steel Will, you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened. Frightened condition. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. Second best option here. Frightened condition can be quite debilitating, but not so much for you if you're using ranged attacks, which you should. Multi-attack defense is the best one here though. Multi-attack. At 11th level, you gain one of the following features of your choice. I'm going to read everything together this time. Volley. You use your action to make a ranged attack against a number of creatures within 10 feet of a point you can see within your weapon's range. You must have ammunition for each target, as normal, and you make a separate attack roll for each target. Whirlwind Attack. You can use your action to make a melee attack against a number of creatures within 5 feet of you, with a separate attack roll for each target. Volley is 4x4. Now, Whirlwind is 3x3, and you're in the middle. Volley is obviously better, and Whirlwind can be dangerous. The more creatures there are around you with Whirlwinds, the better this feature is, you know? So, being in melee and volunteering to be surrounded in a lot of cases might not be a good idea. Remember, your AC is bad. Sadly, for some odd reason, Whirlwind doesn't work with a reach weapon. It has to be within 5 feet. And no, these two features don't work with extra attack. It's fine if you boost these features, by the way. It doesn't break anything. Anyways, credit is due. I would love to see these features on Marshals. It's my biggest dream in 5e. These two features are healthy for the game, but no one wants them for some odd reason. I think it's silly. Superior Hunter Defense. At 15th level, you gain one of the following features of your choice. Evasion. When you are subjected to spells and features that allow you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you instead take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw, and only half damage if you fail. I know you already have absorb elements, but this is the pick to make anyways. It's good and conservative. Saves are especially dangerous at these levels. But is it good for these levels? No, because the full casters are doing insane things, but we have to make do. Oh well. Stand against the tide. When a hostile creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to force that creature to repeat the same attack against another creature, other than itself, of your choice. Bad. Ignore. When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to half the attacker's damage against you. This is against one attack. I said this before. When it comes to attacks in general, you should be worried about multiple attacks, not just one. Anyways, pick this or evasion. Evasion is technically better. Anyways, let's end the video. Conclusion. Hunter is solid. I said that at the very beginning. I do consider this subclass when I play a ranger, even though it might be outdated. But things being out of date and having less things doesn't mean it's automatically bad. A liberal DM can just give you an extra feature that gives you additional spells. That itself keeps it up to date with the other subclasses. One of the spells can be Find Familiar, for example, for hunting prey from a bird's eye view, you know? Just an idea. You get the point. Shout out to Daniel, he helped with the script. I recommend you buy some cool dice from Crit Only. I also hope to earn your subscription. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.